Hey everybody, it's Somnior's Metroid Flux. Call me Flux for short, or whatever you want to call me. I don't know. I'm running out of things to do for that gag. It's getting old. Anyway, basically in the last episode, we came back and did some things in Magmore Caverns and the Chozo Ruins. We picked up a Chozo artifact and unleashed the Chozo ghosts, who are not in this room yet, but they do appear here at some point. In this episode, I am actually going to kind of go out of my way a bit. And do some things that aren't strictly necessary right now. Once you have the spider ball, you can get... Whoa! That was ridiculous slowdown. I hope that picked up. I have never seen that in this game before. That concerns me. Maybe after I finish this recording session, I should actually turn the game off. I tend to be bad about doing that, I admit. Did I just kind of float, or did I hit a ledge? Because there's not even a ledge to hit. I think I floated for a second somehow. This room is giving me the creeps. Let's get out of here. Anyway, but yeah, that was a missile expansion there if you didn't see me pick that up. But basically, I'm going to be going around and picking up expansions and other such things. This little weird knot in the tree, you can only break with a super missile. So that's where that missile expansion is. You have to use a missile expansion's worth of missiles to get it, though. It's kind of weird. But yes, at this point we're going to be heading through the Talon overworld, because I may have mentioned the Chozo artifact quest. As you get more artifacts, more of them are hinted to you to where they are. I don't think we haven't picked up too many, so I don't know if there are any new ones available. But I want to check anyway, because I feel like it. We haven't been to this area in a while. Although, to be fair, since the last time we were here, there's really not a lot else to do. I mean, we've picked up some upgrades, but they don't really get us anywhere within the overworld, because, I mean, it's all pretty contained here for the most part, aside from going over here to the frigate crash site. And something up here that we can't do yet. But most of the areas in the overworld that we haven't been to are beyond this room. We can't do anything there yet, even with what we have. We need a few more. We need a few more items yet. Okay. But let's take some time and do what we can. But yes. I don't know. I'm feeling good about recording right now. even though I haven't been feeling that great in general the last few days, it's weird because there's nothing specifically wrong with me that I know of, but I've just been feeling kind of run down. I think it's kind of the summer getting to me, doing kind of the same nothings over and over again all day, and having nothing to show for nothing. These pillars basically will now say you've actually returned this artifact. But there's going to be a few, at least this one, new room of research lies within the mines. A corrupted invader is trapped there. Defeat this creature to claim the artifact of warrior. Now, this isn't one problem I have with this game's scanning system. I think I might have mentioned this before. But it's a little hard to tell the difference between a bright red scan and a faded red scan sometimes. I think that's everything, but that was at least something, so it wasn't completely worthless of a trip. But yeah, so it's kind of hard to tell. And for that matter, the red and the yellow scans, they're kind of similar. The scanning system in the second and third games actually makes things a lot more stand out. That things stand out a lot more at whether they're important, unimportant, and scanned. I'll explain that, I guess, if and when I play those games. But yeah, like I've said, that's really all that there is to do here. We could save and heal and get more missiles and such at the ship. Actually, I think we were full on health and missiles, so it would just have basically been a save point. And a slight heal, because we did get a couple HP back at the beginning. But yeah. And to be fair, we are now going back to the ruins already. That was just a short little side trip, and then one or two more short little side trips in the ruins before we go on to the next part of the game, which is also in the ruins. I'll leave the Fendrana area because, like I said last time, it's a bit too out of the way. But anyway, the next place we want to go, because we haven't been really back here for a little while, is here where we got the morph ball in the first place. Sirs, that's really not useful. Useful, I say. I meant to say I don't like that. But anyway, you might have noticed in previous times we were here, there's the purple door up there. There's this boost area, and there's spider ball tracks. Between the three of those things, that bladed beetle can kind of just sit there and exist. We couldn't really do everything in this room until we had more items. Grab a missile expansion up here, and then on the other end of this boost ramp, half pipe thing, you can go through this little place, and if you have the spider ball, you can reach the purple door. Couldn't reach it otherwise. Also, I haven't been using the wave beam since we fought the Chozo Ghosts, I don't believe. I didn't even notice that. That's odd. But that brings us to this area. The Tower of Light. sound familiar at all? Now, if you're paying attention to the artifact quests, there's a tower where light always shines. Move through the waters there. Problem is, we don't have the ability to move through water to quite the extent that we need to. I hate when this happens because I always feel like, oh, there's just enough room for you to get up here. There isn't. Fortunately, these rooms are built so that if you fall into the water before you can get out of it, there's ways to get out of it without having to really freely platform your way out of it anyway. But enough of that, there actually is something to do in this room. Not all that important, I suppose, but these blocks, you can scan them. All it will tell you is that hitting them with missiles a few times will weaken them. So basically what you're needing to do here is destroy all the sections of the pillars holding up the tower to bring the tower crashing down. One level at a time. You saw something up there on that platform, which is what we're eventually getting. Oh, and this also gets us a new scan in the plated puffer. That's... They're slightly annoying. And also the Oculus is here as well. And it has another purpose beyond what I was remembering before. Basically to hinder you in this room by absorbing your missiles. Or bouncing them off, actually. But if you destroy the section of the pillar that they're on, it'll destroy them too. Okay, one more missile. That sends that section crumbling down. And more cracks appear. You want to not target those things, or else it'll definitely hit them. And this is a bit of a problem spot because of the sunlight. But in the end, once you bring down the tower, see something purple that looks awfully like the super missile. What do you think it could be? This is the second beam combo, the Wave Buster. Uses missiles while active. Using the wave beam, press and hold A to charge, and press Y to fire. Hold A for continuous fire. Now this is something to note. In a beam combo section, sustained fire charged combos will fire as long as you have missiles. Takes 10 missiles to trigger these charge combos, then 5 missiles per second afterward. So, yes, that is quite the hefty price. And you want me to be honest? Does that come in handy very often? No, it does not. However, my inner completionist would be remiss if I didn't get it. And since there is one specific case where it's noted to be kind of useful, actually. We will be going over that much later in the game. So, don't worry. I might show it off at some point just to show you what it looks like, because it does look pretty dang awesome, if I do say so myself. Now, I don't think there's any spider ball track stuff down here or anything super missile related. I think we've already pretty much cleared out that wing of the area. So now we just have to, I think at this point, all of our side questing is done. So it's just a matter of getting out of this crazy room and continuing on. It's a little odd to me that I have my missiles not at full, but it can't be helped at this point, I don't think. So let's just go onwards and upwards again. Oh, dang. I forgot that there were those mushroom things on that floor. But, once again, oh, rare case of actually contacting a resting shriek bat. Yeah, anyway. Now, back here there wasn't really a whole lot going on. Just a couple of tunnels. In this room, now beyond here is the furnace, which you may remember we stopped here for a power-up at one point. But there was a spider ball track we couldn't take. This is the way onward with the game. This bridge is difficult. Those will crumble when you touch them. So you have to boost and then quickly lay a bomb. You don't have to go through the door. I don't think it'll regenerate by the time you get back up here, but you have to lay the bomb quickly enough to get up there. And this will pop you back out on the other side of the wall in the room surrounding that big furnace, which was where the energy tank was actually kept. Once you know it, we're exploring for more places in the ruins. You have more scans, including the plated parasite. These things are all over this room and pretty much no place else, from what I can tell. We also have another Chozo lore. The cries of this dying land pulled us from our dreaming state, and now we Chozo walk as ghosts while the great poison sinks into the trees and waters, devouring all life. Some creatures survive, but their forms grow as twisted and evil as the forest that fell from the sky. The heart of the planet will succumb soon, and so will we, even in our ghostly states. Already, many Chozo have faded and passed into the unknown. The great poison is unlike anything we have glimpsed in this or any dimension. It eats relentlessly, worming out life wherever it blooms and corrupting what it cannot kill. It will be our undoing. Our last hope lies in the cradle, the temple we hope might contain this abomination. It is almost complete, hovering over the impact site, the dark heart of the spreading evil. If we can finish before the last of our kind drifts into madness or death, there is a chance for this world. If we fall, we are doomed with it. There's not much else we can do in here. The spider ball tracks all over, but we can't reach them yet. that door won't open, so we have to take this passageway below the Chozo lore we just read. Get in there. Bright green lights. Have to morph ball again to get through that little collapsed hallway. It's a good thing we could get into this room. Now this room, there's things to do here, but first and foremost, you guessed it, more Chozo lore. 3 in a row. A second plague has come upon the land, dousing the last flickering hopes of our race. Drawn by the very force we Chozo hoped to contain, a host of marauding creatures descended from the space and invaded our temple, the Cradle. They try in vain to destroy it, but its power remains beyond them for now. They possess some of the 12 artifacts we call the Cipher, yet do not comprehend their function. Ignorant creatures, they are blinded by delusions of harnessing the great poison for their own designs. They walk about as masters of the planet, assimilating the ruins of our sanctuary into their experiments. We can but watch and wait for our doom. Oops. The hatchling walks among us. Are these dreams, memories, foretellings? Time and reality swirl together like estuary waters, and we Chozo know not what to believe. She appears as ghost-like as the Chozo, but at times the mists clear. We see her wounded eyes and remember the child we found so long ago. What has she become, this newborn? Clad in Chozo armor, wielding weapons our hands once held, does she dream of the Chozo as we once were? Does she long for her parents, lost to the same creatures that even now defile our sacred home? Does she still live? The prophecies tell of the coming of the worm. Born from parasites, nurtured in a poisoned womb, the worm grows, devouring from within until the world begins to rot. The words of the seers have come to pass, for there, in the depths of the world, the ravenous worm lurks and feeds. From the stars it came, bringing blighting talon with its great poison. We can but watch as the worm grows, watch and wait. For the prophecies also speak of a great defender, the one who delivers the world from evil. The final days draw near. Is the newborn the defender of which the seers spoke? We shall do all that we can to aid her, for she bears our legacy, as she bears the ancient armor and weapons of our people. Yep. That sounds basically just the way you think it does. Basically, Samus is the last hope for this planet. Funny how that works. This is a different type of power conduit. It activates if you scan it. It's really just more of a piece of machinery. And hope you're good with the boost ball. Because if you're not getting this expansion here. The boost ball, in all honesty, is one of the trickier things, but to get used to. But it's really cool if you can do it right. And now, just drop down and ride the piston. Okay. And that's it for this room. I think we got a little bit of time left. But how much more? So we arrive in this room. A large room. But what is that? That's actually, now that I remember, this is actually your true first encounter with the Chozo ghosts compared to before. And I don't feel like I have time to put that in this episode, so I'm going to go in here instead. This is a new kind of recharge room, unlike the save rooms. This will replenish your missiles. It can be used repeatedly, but it is also its own scan. There aren't many of these, so make sure you remember that they exist. No, I did not mean to do that. Again. Okay. In the next episode, we will go out and see what we can do in this room and clear out the Chozo ghosts as well. Until then, respond, vibrate, feedback, and resonate in the comments below. I will take your advice if you have any advice. If not, then just that works too. But in the meantime, I will see you next meantime, I think, ish, whatever.